Alright, so hey guys, once again most welcome to our YouTube channel Golden Tutorial. So as you know friends, in this video we will particularly discuss about heat and temperature. Okay, in this video we will complete all the concept related to heat and temperature. Okay, so friends, before starting with this video I would like to mention one thing. If you are just preparing for any technical exam like NDA, Air Force, Navy, Indian Coast Guard and so on, okay, then this video is really gonna be useful for your technical exam. You don't need to visit any other channel because this data is sufficient for you. Okay, because if any question asked related to the topic, the 100% there would not be out from this topic. Okay, so without getting away, let's start it. So as you know friends, each and every physics chapter is a combination of three things. Alright, what are the things? Okay, as we all know, any physics chapter is a combination of three. First one is theory section, alright, and second is numerical section, and third is MCQ. Okay, if you have just prepared, if you are just fully prepared for the theory section, then you will be able to solve the numerical section, and you have prepared theory section and numerical, then you will be able to solve the MCQ. Okay, so we can say the first pillar is theory section, so we cannot ignore it. Okay, so in this video we will complete all the theory section in depth and details. Okay, so as you can see, I have prepared for the table of content for the theory section. That means what we have to complete in this topic. The first one is firstly we will understand what is heat and its unit. Let us take a see. Firstly we will complete what is heat and its unit. Second heading is temperature and its unit, and third one is different unit of temperature, and fourth one is conversion of temperature, okay, temperature scale, and fifth one is anonymous expansion of water. Okay, so first heading is firstly we need to understand. Now in this topic we will complete one by one. So firstly we will understand what is heat. Okay, so as you know friends, we are not just preparing for the academic exam, we are just preparing for the technical exam, and which is in the form of MCQ format. So we will try to understand all the thing in a short way. Okay, see, if we want to know what is heat, if we define these terms in a single word, then we can easily say it is what? It is nothing but a kind of energy. It is nothing but a kind of energy which gives us the idea the hotness of any object. Okay, which gives the idea of hotness of any object. Okay, that's it. And we can also say the heat is nothing but a kind of energy. Okay, so we can easily say the unit of energy and the heat is almost equivalent. Alright, now second, what is the unit of heat? Alright, now we will understand what is the unit of heat. If we talk about in the SI unit, what is the heat unit of heat, then we will say joule. Okay, this is the SI unit of heat. Okay, now if we talk about what is the CGS unit of heat, so the CGS unit of heat is calorie. What is calorie? Alright, so sorry friends, here we have written the erg, which is the CGS unit of work, not a heat. Okay, remember this. So if someone asks you what is the CGS unit of heat, then you have to mention the CGS unit of heat is calorie. Alright, now here you need to know what is the relation between calorie and joule. So remember this, 1 calorie equals to 4.18 joule. Alright, we can also say this 4.2 nearly 4.2 joule. Alright, 4.2 joule. Okay, so note down. Now next title is what is the relation between joule and erg. What is the relation between joule and erg? Sometimes directly one question is asked, what is the relation between joule and erg? So remember this, 1 joule is equals to 10 raised to the power 7 erg. Alright, if we ask the relation between joule and erg, then firstly we will write joule and then erg. If in the question says that what is the relation between erg and joule, then you have to mention 1 erg equals to 10 raised to power minus 7 joule. Okay, so partly you need to understand what the question asks. Okay, now if we talk about what is the df of heat, so df of heat is equivalent to the df of work, because work and heat are the form of a kind of energy. Okay, so we can easily say the df means dimensional formula of heat, ml square t raised to power minus 2, ml square t raised to power minus 2. Okay, ml square t raised to power minus 2. Okay, so like this we have completed the what is it and its unit and its df. Okay, now we need to understand what are the types of heat. Okay, so in 12th standard you have just studied about that what are the types of heat. Heat is especially can be classified into two parts. First one is specific heat and second one is latent heat. First one is specific heat and second is latent heat. All right, now we need to understand one by one what is specific heat and what is latent heat. All right, so firstly we will understand what is specific heat. Okay, before understanding the specific heat, we must know that the given heat is depending on the following factor. What are that factor? The given heat q is directly proportional to the mass of the body. That means q is directly proportional m. And the second thing, given heat is directly proportional to the temperature difference. Okay, let us say this equation number 1 and let us say this equation number 2. On combining equation number 2 and 1, we get q is directly proportional m delta t. Right, q is directly proportional m delta t. Okay, on removing the directly proportional, we use the equal and comes the constant. Here as a constant small c is taken. Okay, so we can say q equals to mc delta t. mc delta t, where c is a direct proportionally constant, where c is a proportional group which is said to be specific heat. Okay, which is said to be, if we find the small c from this formula, then we can say q over m delta t. Okay, now if we talk about what is the unit of specific heat, then we can easily say q, unit of q over unit of m multiplied by unit of temperature. Alright, so unit of q equals to joule over kg degree Kelvin. Okay, so I hope you know about these all. These are the small things for the students who are just preparing for the technical exam. Okay, so now here here we have written the special case for the isothermal cases and for the adiabatic process. For the isothermal process and for the adiabatic process. Okay, for the so alright, so for the isothermal process, delta T equals to 0, since in isothermal temperature are equal, because T initial equals to T final. Alright, that's why we can say delta T equals to 0. Why? Because T initial equals to final, so we can say the change in temperature would be 0. Okay, so if we put delta T equals to 0 in the formula, then we get small c equals to infinite. Okay, then we can easily here we can conclude that for the isothermal process, the specific heat out of any substance equals to infinite. Okay, so this question is very important because nowadays this question is frequently asked in any technical exam. Okay, so let us use the star sign because this is really useful and frequently asked question. Now if we talk about the what are the adiabatic process, so adiabatic process in which that heat neither can be gone outside and inside. Okay, so for the adiabatic, remember delta Q equals to 0. If we put this value in the specific heat formulas, then we will get C equals to 0. Then we will get C equals to 0. Okay, because 0 point something क्या होता है, sorry, 0 point something equals to 0. Right, now see, now we will discuss about what are the types of specific heat. Alright, so there are the mainly two types of specific heat. First one is specific heat at constant pressure. First one is specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume. Alright, Now we will talk about the Mayer formula. Okay, so what is the Mayer formula? The difference of specific heat at constant pressure and specific at constant volume equals to universal gas constant. This formula is known as Mayer formula. This formula is known as Mayer formula. In this formula, C suffix P is always greater than C suffix P. This thing you have to keep in your mind. Alright, C suffix P is always greater than C suffix V. Okay, here R is what? R is what? R is a universal gas constant. R is a universal gas, which value is R is equals to 0.0821 atm liter per mole Kelvin. Atm liter per mole Kelvin. Okay, and another value equals to R equals to 8.341 joule per mole Kelvin. Alright, joule per mole Kelvin. Okay, now we have completed the specific heat and what are the types of specific heat and its unit as well. Alright, now we will talk about latent heat. What is latent heat? Okay, if we define these terms mathematically, then firstly we must know what is the formula of latent heat. Okay, as we all know, Q is directly proportional M. Then we can say after moving the directly proportional, use the constant L M. Here we will find the value of L. Then we can say L equals to Q over M. Now mathematically now we can define the ratio of given heat and mass equal to latent heat. Okay, now if we define this term physically, okay, then we can say what is latent heat. Okay, so latent heat is a kind of hidden heat. If we define these terms in a single word, then we can easily say latent heat is nothing but a hidden heat. What type of hidden heat? In which the temperature remains constant but physical state changes. Temperature remains constant but physical state changes. As we know that there are the three main physical states: first solid, liquid and gas. If the physical state is changing but temperature remains constant, then we can say the heat which is using, that is called hidden heat. That means we cannot observe but only can assume. Okay, so this type of heat is known as latent heat. Alright, so if we define these terms in a single word, then we can easily say the latent heat is nothing but a hidden heat which we cannot see in our open eyes, only can imagine. Okay, but what type of heat? So then we can say the temperature remains constant and physical state change. Alright, now if we talk about what are the types of latent heat, then we can easily say there are the two types of latent heat. First one is latent heat of fusion and second one is latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of fusion and second one is latent heat of vaporization. Okay, latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. Okay, now we need to understand what are the temperature. Next topic is what are the temperature. Okay, now as you know friends, we have completed what is the heat and its unit. What are the types of heat? First one is specific heat and its type, and latent heat and its type. Okay, now next topic is what is the temperature. Okay, now this is a very important topic because from here at least one question is asked, so you have to alert. All right, okay, see, firstly we need to what is temperature. Okay, so temperature is nothing but, if we define these terms in a single word, then we can easily say temperature is nothing but the measurement of heat. Temperature is nothing but a measurement of heat. All right, now if we talk about what are the different scale of temperature, that means in what type of scale in which the temperature is measured. So there are the four types in which the temperature is measured, different type of scale, which are given below respectively. As you can see, there are the four types. Generally you have listened and heard also whether the right now the temperature of the weather is 38, 35 and so on and so. Okay, and you can also know what is the normal temperature of human body, 37 degrees Celsius. Generally we have listened the degree Celsius, which is the unit of temperature. No, if you think that there is only one unit of temperature, no, this is not true, because apart from this unit there are three any other units which mention us the temperature of any object. All right, so there are mainly four units through which we can easily measure the temperature. All right, so what are those four temperature scales? First one is degree Celsius, degree Kelvin, degree Fahrenheit and degree Reaumur. Okay, degree Celsius, degree Kelvin, degree Fahrenheit scale and degree Reaumur scale. Okay, now Alright. So definitely I can say if you watch this video till the end 100%, you you do not need to visit any other channel, because this channel is sufficient. This video is sufficient. Alright, related to the temperature and heat concept. Okay, because if you watch this video till the end 100%, you will collect all the data related to the topic. Okay, now we will study the conversion of temperature scale. Okay, so conversion of temperature scale is really one of the most important topic from the temperature, because from at least one question I cannot say this is 100% because, but 80 to 90% are the chances from this topic that conversion of temperature, what related to temperature conversion is asked. Okay, so see, so here we need to understand what are the relation between degree Celsius and degree Kelvin. I think you know about it. If we add 273 in the degree Celsius, then we convert in the degree Kelvin. Okay, that means degree Celsius plus 273.15 equal to 15 equals to sorry, degree Celsius plus 273.15 equals to degree Kelvin. Either degree Celsius equal to degree Fahrenheit minus 273.15. Okay, now if we ask you what is the relation between degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit, then you have to remember that degree Celsius over 5 equals to degree Fahrenheit minus 32 whole divided by 9. Which is the exact relationship between degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. Okay, now if we talk about now here we will discuss the special case. Okay, remember sometimes one question is asked, what is the temperature at which degree Celsius and degree Kelvin scales are same. Okay, so at minus 40 degrees Celsius, minus 40 degrees Celsius, degree Celsius scale and degree Fahrenheit scale becomes equal. Okay, so use star sign because this question is very important. Okay, so we cannot ignore it. Now if we ask you what is the relation between degree Kelvin and degree Fahrenheit, the relation is degree Kelvin minus 273 whole divided by 5 equals to degree Fahrenheit minus 32 whole divided by 9, which is the exact and accurate relationship between degree Fahrenheit and degree Kelvin. Okay, now here we will also discuss the special case. So remember this, we have just about the at 40 degrees, so minus 40 degrees Celsius, temperature of degree Celsius and temperature of degree Fahrenheit are equal. Same way, if someone asks you the what is the relation between if someone asks you that degree Kelvin and degree Fahrenheit are equal to each other at what temperature, then you need to tell him 549 is 549.25 is the temperature at which 549.25 is the temperature at which degree Kelvin and degree Fahrenheit scale are equal to each other. Okay, so use the star sign. Okay, now you can see this is the king formula for the conversion of temperature. Okay, why I'm saying this king formula, because here by using this formula you can convert any of the temperature scale from this concept. Okay, so what are the king formula? So reading scale minus freezing point whole divided by boiling point minus freezing point. Okay, ये किसके लिए है? This is for what? This is especially for the first scale. Reading scale minus freezing point whole divided by boiling point minus freezing point. This is for the second scale. Okay, now therefore we can say degree Celsius minus, what is the freezing point for the degree Celsius? 0 minus boiling point 100 minus 0. Same way degree Kelvin minus 273 whole divided by 373 minus 273. And now you are thinking what are the value from where this value are using. So don't worry, I'm gonna tell you in the next topic. Okay, what is the freezing point and boiling point for the different type of temperature scale. Okay, so see reading scale table. Okay, so there are the 4 reading scale: degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, degree Kelvin and degree Room. Okay, if we talk about what are the freezing point and boiling point for each and every temperature scale. Okay, so if we talk about degree Celsius freezing point 0 and boiling point 100. Okay, for the degree Fahrenheit scale, freezing point 32 and boiling point 212. All right, and degree Kelvin 273 and boiling point 373.15. Okay, and if we talk about the what is the freezing point of Reaumur paimana, Reaumur scale. Okay, degree 0 degree and 80 degree. Okay, so these are the boiling and freezing point and boiling point for each and every reading scale. Okay, now you can easily understand, okay, from where these values are put in. Okay, so after putting all the values, okay, and here you are seeing the from the denominator SCF is 10. Okay, SCF is 20. Okay, so on multiplying 20 in each and every step, so finally we will get 0 degree Celsius over 5 equals to degree Kelvin minus 273 whole over 5 degree Fahrenheit minus 32 whole divided by equals to degree Reaumur whole divided by 4. Okay, this is the king formula. Why I am saying this king formula? Because from this formula we can easily set up the relationship between any two of them. Okay, from this we can easily set up relationship between any two of them. Okay, if we ask you what is the relation between degree Celsius and degree, if you forget, then you can find out from here. Okay, see, if we take these terms, then 5 cancel, and degree Celsius equal to degree Kelvin minus 273, which is the relation between degree Celsius and degree Kelvin. Okay, if we ask you what is the relation between degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit, then we will use these terms first and third. Okay, so like this you can easily define and set up the different type of relation from this king formula. Okay, now so reading scale table, take a screenshot. Next topic is anonymous expansion of water, that means abnormal expansion of water. In Hindi we call this जल का असामान्य pressure. Okay, I have here studied in 12th standard, which is extremely important for exam point of view, because according to my point of view at least one question is asked from this topic. Okay, so as you know, what is the anonymous expansion of water? As we know, from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर रिड्यूस एंड देन बट इसकी जो डेंसिटी होती है वो क्या होती है, इन्हेंस करती है. राइट, दैट मीन्स वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर रिड्यूस बट इज डेंसिटी इन्हेंस. रिड्यूस मीन्स डिक्रीज and enhance means increase. Okay, here volume is decreasing and density is increasing. Why this happens? Because as we know, density equals to mass over volume. So we can say density and volume just inversely proportional to each other. Okay, so from this way we can easily understand if volume is decreasing than 100%, then definitely density is increasing. Okay, so finally we have learned that from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर रिड्यूस, दैट मीन्स डिक्रीज, एंड डेंसिटी क्या होती है, इनहेंस करती है. ऑलराइट, सो नेक्स्ट, बट फ्रॉम 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस टू 2 डिग्री सेल्सियस वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर अगेन इनहेंस एंड वो डेंसिटी रिड्यूस. ऑलराइट, सो नोट at 4 degrees Celsius density of water maximum and volume of water minimum. If somebody asks you what is the at what temperature, if somebody asking you the what is the maximum density at what temperature, then you have to tell the 4 degrees Celsius density of water is maximum, meanwhile the volume of water is minimum. Okay, now if we analyze these all the thing graphically, then we can easily see in this video we will discuss two graph, BT graph and roti graph. Okay, BT graph and roti graph. Okay, we have just studied that at 4 degrees Celsius volume is at, we have just studied at 4 degrees Celsius volume is minimum. Okay, so see how we represent this on the graph. Suppose here is 4 degrees Celsius, here is 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, suppose here volume 0 to 4 decrease, but after 4 degrees Celsius again increase. Okay, like this we can represent this theoretical word on the graph. Okay, now roti graph. Okay, what are the roti graphs? See, roti graph. So at axis we will take the temperature, and at y-axis we will take the density. And here is a 4 degrees Celsius. 4 degrees Celsius density is maximum, and as we increase the temperature, then density start reducing. Okay, so this is the graph of roti graph. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you one question. What gives us the idea? Graph gives us the idea what? Graph gives us the idea what? That means graphs gives the idea the increment or decrement of any object. Okay, remember this. Graph is nothing but a medium through which we can easily identify the which quantity is increasing or decreasing of any other quantity. Alright, now, so special case, at 4 degrees Celsius density of water is maximum, that is at degrees scale. Okay, and at 39.2 degree Fahrenheit density of water is maximum. Okay, here I have time my best to explain all the things at different scale, because it doesn't require that each and every time that ask that at what temperature density of water is in that density of water is maximum. So it doesn't mean that each and every time the data is given in the degree Celsius scale. Might be data is given in the degree Fahrenheit. That's why I have mentioned all the possibilities. Okay, so after this video, something is remain or not. Okay, after completing this video, okay, I will upload MCQ based on this topic. The 100% you will be capable to solve all the MCQ if you have watched this video till the end, and still you have a doubt, then 100%, then definitely you can ask in the comment box. I will try my best to give you best answer. Okay, so see. Okay, so density of water is at what temperature? So in different temperature scale, if we talk about if we talk about the degree Celsius scale, then we say 4 degrees Celsius. If we talk about degree Fahrenheit, then we say 39.2 degree Fahrenheit. And if we talk about degree Kelvin, then we say 277 Kelvin. Okay, now in this video, last topic is absolute temperature. Absolute temperature. So what is the absolute temperature? The absolute temperature is nothing but a temperature. Absolute temperature is also temperature, which is always measured in degree Kelvin. Okay, that is represented by T. Remember one thing: the absolute temperature can never be negative. Remember one thing: absolute temperature can never be negative. That means it is always taken as a positive, because its initial value is 0 Kelvin, which is also said to be absolute temperature. Okay, because below this temperature cannot be measured. Absolute temperature is a temperature below which temperature is not measured. Alright, and it can never be negative. So keep this thing in mind. Okay, absolute temperature can never be negative. Okay, now if somebody asks you what is the absolute temperature, then you have to tell the 0 degree Kelvin is known as the absolute temperature. Okay, either 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, if we change the 0 Kelvin into the degree Celsius, then we can easily say 0 minus degree Kelvin scale. So 0 minus 273. Okay, so 0 Kelvin is equal minus 273 degrees Celsius. If somebody asks you temperature given in 275, then he is wrong, because below the 273 minus 273 degrees Celsius temperature cannot be measured. Okay, if someone asks you the temperature is 280 or 2 minus 280 minus 290, either 3 minus 300, then he is wrong. Okay, because we all know the below the minus 273 degrees Celsius temperature cannot be measured. Okay, so in this video what we have discussed, I will tell you, I have forgotten to tell you one thing. Okay, small c, that means specific heat, depend on what? I'm asking you one question. A specific heat which is represented by small c, depending on what? So keep this thing in mind. The value of small c is depending on always the nature of substance. Depend on what? Nature of substance. Same way we can also say the latent heat which is represented by capital L, and which is represented by capital L. This is also depending on the nature of substance. Okay, so keep this thing in mind. Most of the proportionality constant depending on the nature of substance. Okay, why I'm saying this? Because friends, at least one question is asked dependency, based on dependency. Okay, in the competitive, this is my personal experience. I have given 3 to 4 times competitive exam, then I observe at least one or two question is asked based on the dependency. And also I have noticed that one question is asked from the effective factor. Okay, so so you cannot ignore that dependency based question and effective factor. Okay, so remember this value of small c, that means specific, depend on the nature of substance. Same way, the value of L, that means latent heat, also depending on the nature of substance. Okay, both depends on the nature of substance. Okay, now again I repeat what we have discussed in these whole videos. Okay, so friends, I would like to say one more thing, because I'm new on the YouTube and I'm just trying to give you my best content, but there is just some mistake, there might be some mistake. So if you are just feeling that there is a mistake, then please cooperate. Okay, because I'm just learning on the YouTube. Okay, while content is 100%. Okay, so if you have watched this video till the end, then 100% you have learned something new from this video. Okay, and you have really learned something new from this video, then please don't forget to subscribe this channel. Okay, and also share in your friends. Okay, so again we will discuss about what we have discussed in this topic. So we have completed what is heat. Okay, what is heat and the unit of heat, relation between joule and erg, relation between calorie and joule. Okay, and what is specific heat and its formulas. Okay, and special case for isothermal and for adiabatic, and the types of specific heat. Okay, which is types of specific, which are of mainly two types, C suffix p and C suffix b at constant pressure and constant value. Okay, and inside we have written Mayer formula and the values of universal gas constant. Okay, and after that we have completed the latent heat. What is here we have defined the latent heat in the two ways, mathematically and physically. Okay, physically definition gives us the feeling, meanwhile mathematically definition cannot give us feeling. Remember this. So always try to understand physical definition. Okay, if you really want to feel the physics. Okay, now we have discussed the type of heat, latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization, which is represented by small suffix L suffix F and L suffix B. Okay, after that we have completed what is the temperature. If we define the temperature in a single word, we can say the measurement of heat is known as temperature. Okay, different scale of temperature, there are the 4 scales in which the temperature is measured: degree Celsius, degree Kelvin, degree Fahrenheit, degree Reaumur. Alright, now and then we have studied conversion of temperature scale. Okay, degree relation between degree Celsius and degree Kelvin, relations of degree Fahrenheit and degree Celsius, and then special case at minus 40 degree Celsius, degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit scales are equal to each other, and next relations between degree Fahrenheit and degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so King formula is one of the most important in the whole the topic. Okay, if one question is asked from the conversion of the temperature, then King formula is very useful. If you forget the formula, then if you have remembered the King formula, then you can easily set up the relation between any two scale. Okay, any two of the scales. So these are the concept. Okay, so hope you have learned something new, and I can definitely claim that if you have just if you just watch this video till the end, 100% you have learned something new, and you don't need to visit any other channel related to the topics, because and that's it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you.